first lesson in that was make sure that you have all your contractors lined up appropriately and you have trust and faith in them. Because if you get a delay in that, especially on variable interest rate loans, at the time, loans were coming in at 3.5, 3 3/4, but what we didn't anticipate was the massive increase in the interest rates, right? And so, anyway, that's something that was a mistake on our part. Now we completed the project, and it's doing reasonably well. We've seen an uptick. We're still in lease up phase. And then another facility we bought a facility that's 117,000 square foot boat and RV. It was on year rents, and not that we wouldn't have bought it, but I think we overpaid for that one. Once again, we got caught in the interest rate hike.
Yep.
So we had to make some adjustments through that period.
Yeah.
So that was another mistake that we made. Where I think we really started to accelerate is we kind of started changing our business model. So we still liked some of the tertiary markets, but we started playing in that upper scale market tier, that higher end tier of markets like Indianapolis and Louisville and Columbus and St. Louis and things like that. But Indianapolis specifically, because that was our backyard. So where we really started honing our skills was our underwriting, and trying to make better calculations on, because now we're starting to come, we're on the tail end of COVID, or maybe in the middle towards the tail. And we're starting to realize that the COVID period was a fluctuation that we will never see again.
Yeah.
We don't know what it's going to look like 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, but we know this is not the baseline to go forward. So we started making some adjustments there. We started making adjustments in our operations and things like that. The one other mistake I think that we made is that we have 8 facilities in the Somerset market. And I think we were the creation of our own monsters to a certain degree, meaning people saw that we were doing, and we were in an unsophisticated market where there was no revenue management, right? And so we became the biggest player down there. So we could drive prices, but you could only drive prices so much because everybody saw what we were doing. And so you had people who had, there's a lot of land down there. So we saw people building 10, 15, 20,000 square feet of their own storage just off the side of their property. And so the supply started increasing. That was not something that we anticipated. So we weathered those storms. We got through it. We've seen an increase in our occupancy. We've seen an increase in our rental growth, but probably not the same trajectory that we would have saw during the COVID periods.
Yeah.
So those were the couple of mistakes that we made. But then we started changing our business model and doing some more Class A facilities. We started applying our real estate approach, right? Main on main, outposition your competition, have a better mousetrap than everybody else.
Yep.
Because you can't control competition. You
Nope.
got to look at the things you can control. It's like the Navy SEAL motto or wherever it came from, control the 3-foot radius in front of you. That's about all you can control. So we started applying the things that we could control, and that was good real estate decisions.